everyone.
Hey everybody.
Jeff and Steph's
Excellent adventure.
Yay!
Coming to you from somewhere in America.
Yeah, somewhere.
Beautiful
on
place.
A beautiful river with a nice paved trail, and we are going to walk today and do some talking, some gut spilling, if you will.
So our last 2.5 years of RVing the country has been awesome, has it not?
It has been amazing. We've seen and done some of the coolest things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, our journey has come to an end.
This is so. Our RVing adventure has come to an end. More to the point.
So let's walk along the trail and we'll tell you more about where we're at and why this is happening.
Yes, let's do it.
Kind of a solemn, sad day for us, but
I'm
hopefully
still
you'll understand.
smiling.
Yeah, hopefully you'll understand where we're at,
Yeah.
because these are the type of videos that not a lot of people hear about or are exposed to on YouTube when it comes to RVing, and we're here to tell you what's happened and why we're at the place we're at right now.
Yeah, and we're not going to be the YouTubers that stop YouTubing.
And
disappear off the face of the earth. So we want you to be involved in the whole process. We think it's pretty exciting.
From start to finish.
Yeah.
So as we've RV'd around America, we've seen amazing places.
For sure.
We've done amazing things.
Yes.
Things that I only saw in books as a kid, and I thought, I would love to see that someday. I mean, the Grand Canyon, Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone. There's so many.
Yeah.
You know?
And travel was always a huge goal for us, and something that we decided we were going to do, expose ourselves to different sites and places and cultures. And so it's been amazing in that aspect, as we've been part of so much.
And yeah, we've really enjoyed, and we wouldn't change anything that we did, as far as we sold everything, sold our house and our belongings, bought an RV, wanted to live the adventure, and we did it.
We've been doing it for 2.5 years.
And what an adventure it's been.
It has been. I agree.
But now it's time to come to an end, this RV adventure.
Yes.
And we'll talk a little bit about why we're at this point. And one of the biggest things with RV travel is the unexpected.
Yes.
Some of the unexpected things that you may or may not experience. And we're in no way trying to talk anybody out of RVing. This is our own personal journey.
Yes.
And how we got to this point. Several factors involved. And we'll kind of list them randomly.
Sure.
The first thing for me is it's not as glamorous as it may look on an Instagram photo or a YouTube video, where camera angles are everything.
Yes, that is true. And to add on to that point, campgrounds aren't as glamorous as you think they are, and they leave a lot to be desired as far as the price you're paying per night and how you're actually living, camping 10 feet from another RVer. There are boondocking sites and situations.
Opportunities.
Yes, and if you're into that, great. It just added a lot of stress and complication to our life to do that. And money.
To elaborate on that, if you've found a piece of BLM land and you're going to trek on out to that, so are at least 15 other people.
Yeah, for sure.
Or maybe more.
Yeah.
And again, the pictures you see, we have a solitary RV, so it's not completely unnormal or not normal to get a spot like that. But the reality is, you're driving out in the middle of nowhere with no services, probably no cell service unless you have something like Starlink, which pretty much started after we started RVing. So to us, the point of driving somewhere in the middle of nowhere didn't really prove a purpose, because we're more travelers than campers.
Yes.
I think you'd say.
Yeah. we're out here to explore this country and see things and do things and not just be in a campground.
And we've seen, for the most part, everything we wanted to see. We saw all the great national parks we wanted to see. We saw small town America.
Yep.
We met amazing people.
Yeah, that's been the best part of the RV life.
It really
is
has.
The community and the friends we've made, and we will continue those friendships forever.
The RV community is totally awesome.
I agree.
And we've enjoyed every minute of that.
Yeah.
It's just been fantastic.
Right.
So let's talk about some of the other things that have led us to this decision, Stephanie.
Okay. RVing is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Between maintenance of the RV and getting things fixed and your tow vehicle.
And we've had multiple, we haven't talked about them a lot, but we've had multiple things we've had to repair.
Yes.
Small things for the most part, but we've had actually more problems with our tow vehicle.
Yeah, our tow vehicle has been in the shop weeks at a time due to recalls and issues, and you know, we have a new truck, so that has made life a little bit difficult.
The good thing is that most of the stuff we dealt with was warranty related things.
Yeah.
But one thing I wasn't really prepared for was how fast you burn through your tires towing a heavy fifth wheel around the country.
And they aren't cheap.
They're not cheap.
Yes.
And with safety in mind, we don't take any chances with things like tires that are pretty good.
Yeah.
They can probably go another few thousand miles. We just don't do it that way.
Right.
And that kind of leads into the cost of RVing.
Oh.
And
yeah, we RV on the cheap because we started RVing with a budget.
But the cheap isn't that cheap.
It's not cheap. And whatever you think RVing costs, double it. We talk about this a lot with people. We have lots of campground memberships like 1,000 Trails and Passport America and all kinds of stuff, and it's still not cheap.
And in 2 years, you know, we've seen average campgrounds. We were expecting $35 a night.
Yeah.
As an average.
Yeah.
And that average is
more
50,
like 50 or 55.
55.
Yeah.
And as those prices rise, the parks aren't getting better.
No.
In fact, they're probably
They're
getting worse.
They're getting older, and they're not updating things. And I can't tell you the number of parks where either electrical didn't work or water was shut off or whatever.
Yep.
So it makes for life a little harder.
And the general maintenance of an RV park, I mean, you expect a certain level of niceness.
The grass to be mowed, actually.
Branches that you can easily hit aren't trimmed.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest, I was having a little bit of anxiety towing the RV around the country. And you know, you're in charge of many feet of a towing vehicle going down the road, and basically none of us have to have a special license to do it, and it's kind of a learn as you go thing, and we were good at it.
Yeah.
We knew what to do the right way, not to risk anything. It's not like driving a car where you just drive down the road, and many times you're going to be in city driving situations. Bad weather is another thing we haven't really got into, but you're going to be dealing with, for us, sandstorms, harsh rainstorms, maybe a tornado,
inclement weather,
hail, flooding.
Yeah.
A lot of times where you're in a situation where you may have to just leave all of a sudden, and it wears on you.
Yeah.
And sure, there's those people that maybe they handle it better, but honestly, it stresses me out a bit.
Even though RVing was not for us after a few years, it is for some people. And we're not trying to discourage that in any way.
No, it's super fun.
Yeah, and
this
it
is
was
our
fun.
journey and where we're at. It's not about everybody else, and we don't want to discourage anybody, because it's well worth taking the risk and doing it all.
Yes.
And for us, we could have continued on several years. We budgeted to do this for several years, and
at least 5.
At least 5. And inflation and things like that did eat more money than we expected, for sure. But we did have a level of where we wanted to or we had to make a decision to keep going.
Yes, a financial level.
Yes.
Where we decided, okay,
enough money spent is enough money spent.
Are we going to keep RVing and going through money as fast as we have been, or are we going to switch it up a little?
And we kind of had a epiphany moment. Me and Stephanie were just driving down the road, and we looked at each other, and I said to Stephanie, "Are you happy with the way this is going? Are you enjoying yourself? Do you want to keep doing this?"
My answer was, I don't care either way.
Yeah.
And that's what told me, I think we're done RVing.
And in fairness, me and Stephanie have a relationship that is, if I really wanted to do something, Stephanie would keep doing it.
Yeah.
And if
we would never detour the other's dreams or passions.
No, because we're not exactly suffering. We're RVing. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
And we love the adventure. So.
Yeah, we do, and that's just who we are. But the epiphany moment for us was the same, and I don't think either one of us knew how the other was feeling.
Yeah.
And it was a load off of my shoulders.
We've
I think it was a load off
it.
of Stephanie's shoulders.
Yeah, we've come to this decision after we
Months
had
of
that
soul
moment,
searching.
and it's been a few months in now, and we just decided the first year was absolutely amazing, and the second year was all right. And now we're going into our third year.
Yeah, and to elaborate, that first year is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just mind-blowingly wonderful. And if everybody could have that experience
all the time,
I wish the people that they could have
right.
that, because it was you're just on such a high.
Yes. We want to elaborate a little more on some of the reasons why we are stopping full-time RV life. And one of those that you usually don't hear too much about is boredom. The tediousness of daily life. We park in an RV park right next to another RV, and we walk around the park and we talk to some people, but it's just not fulfilling enough in our daily needs.
It's almost like we're traveling to another place to do the same thing. So we're moving our home, spending money on fuel, campgrounds, to do the exact same thing. It becomes a bit like Groundhog Day.
Yes.
And I think as humans, and at least for these two humans, we've mastered RVing to the point where it's so routine and so easy for us. And to give you an example, in our first year, I remember traveling down the highway. I think we were in the gorge in Oregon, and I looked over at Stephanie and I was like, "Look at us! We're doing this. We're traveling. We're pulling a trailer.
We're doing this."
It was so exciting and fulfilling, and it just made us feel like, you know, an accomplishment that we had set our goals on for so long, and now we were doing it.
See such cool things, but it just becomes routine. And, you know, we just lost our inspiration and just got bored with it.
Yeah,
and
the mojo kind of went.
Yeah, we missed things like hobbies and like such as gardening and, you know, planting vegetables and, you know, flowers and doing things around your house that you would do that you can't really do in RV life.
And it's really a combination of many small things in life that you may take for granted before you go RVing.
Mm-hmm.
And those little things add up to a lot of fulfillment for your soul, for your mind, for your well-being. So that was kind of one of those things that you can't really put your finger on it, because you really have to...
Yeah, it just feels like something's missing, and we finally figured out what it was, and we missed that, you know, having our own personal space, our private, you know, land or yard or whatever it may be, the ability to work and do hobbies and keep busy around that space.
Yeah, those things are really fulfilling for for people.
Yeah.
It's a human trait that kind of needs to be satisfied on a lot of different levels. But we figured it out. And, the average lifespan or whatever you want to call it
for the full-time RVer
is about 2.5 years.
Yes.
And that's for the large majority, but there's still a larger majority of people that may only make it 6 months.
Yes,
They
this
may
is
make
true.
it a year. They
Yeah.
may make it less than that.
Yeah, we've been studying and reading about it, and 2.5 years is kind of like the average full-timer's journey. And then after that, they decide, maybe I'm missing something, or something doesn't feel right, or I'm just bored, which is in our instance. And so we decided to move on.
And really, when you go into this, you are better off going into this kind of open-minded, and we went into it without a clear end or an end game, or
Yes.
we just threw ourselves into it, and we're glad we did it that way, because
Yes.
that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to immerse ourselves in RV life, RV traveling,
Yeah.
seeing America, and it sounds kind of foolish in a way, but after you've seen 1,000 sunsets and 1,000 sunrises and wildlife
Mountains.
and
Yes.
trees and
It all starts to
beautiful
look
vistas,
the same.
you don't appreciate it like you normally do. And
This is true. So our advice to you guys is to research the heck out of the lifestyle if you're deciding to do it. Make sure you're knowledgeable. Remember, it's not as inexpensive or as glamorous as you may think it is.
And I'll tell you something, and I can take an Instagram picture, put it on Instagram, of our RV looking solitary in wilderness,
Yeah, beautiful.
all by ourselves. But if I turn my camera
Yep.
5 degrees left or right, you'll see me surrounded by other campers. And I think that's the reality of RV life, and people put those pictures up and they're beautiful.
They
And
are.
we appreciate them.
That's not really the reality of RV life. As much as we want it to be, that was not our personal experience.
And again, that's us.
That's
This is
us.
about where we're at, and we're not telling anybody not to go RVing.
Yeah, we know plenty of people that have been on the road 5,
years.
10, 15 years.
Yep.
And
We don't know how they do it. No.
no, you guys have our greatest respect. Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And you live once.
Yes.
Pick the life you want.
Yes.
Go RVing for 6 months, a year, whatever you want. Maybe don't sell the house.
Yeah.
Maybe rent the house.
Maybe.
Just in case. Because when you unload everything, your house and all your belongings,
Yeah.
if you get to the point where we're at, what do we got to do now, Steph?
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Right.
This life is an adventure, and you get out of it what you put into it.
That's well put.
And yeah, you need to just sometimes take that chance and try things. We have no regrets, like we said, after doing this for 2.5 years. But we're the type of people that switch things up.
And that's kind of our broad-based message on this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's your life.
Yeah, do what you want to do.
Do what you want. Find a way to make it work. Life's short.
Yeah, you got to
And-
enjoy it.
Don't wait till you're 70 years old to go do something that you really want to do.
Yes, for sure. That's the message we preach right here, Jeff and Steph. Live for the moment, enjoy it all,
You have one life, people.
have many excellent adventures.
Absolutely.
So we decided we were going to be really honest with you guys, because we've enjoyed our interaction with everybody on this channel so much. It just let you know that, RV life isn't for everyone. You guys deserve that, and we're not going to be, like I said, the channel that just disappears.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So for now, the RV life is over for us.
Yes.
And if you guys tune in next week, same time, Thursday, right? 3 o'clock, something like that. We'll tell you what's up moving forward.
Yes.
Jeff and Steph's excellent venture is going to continue on.
Oh, the adventure is definitely not done. We have so much fun coming up for you guys. We still plan to have our weekly videos. There will be travel involved with that, along with some other stuff. And we're actually very excited about this next step. How excited are you?
I'm pretty stoked.
Show your smile. There it is.
Right. So again, we want to thank everybody that's followed us and subscribed to us. If you don't want to stay on board with us, we understand completely. There's a lot of you that are just faithful RVers, and that's what you're looking for, and all the power to you to seek out other channels and so forth.
Yes. It's not to discourage you, not to RV. Definitely, if you feel it in your heart and you know you can do it, do it. Yeah, it's been a wonderful experience.
Yeah, and to our family and friends and those hardcore subscribers that we have on board here, we're really hoping you stay on with us, and I think you'll enjoy the next part of Jeff and Steph's Excellent Adventure.
We're certainly going to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's going to be different, and it's going to be something I think is going to be enjoyable, and
it's going to be most excellent.
It's going to be a most excellent adventure.
Yeah. We still have so much fun.
Yeah.
And so much adventure in us. We're not done. We're not done. We're travelers. We're adventurers, and we will continue to be so.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you guys.
Yeah. Thanks so much, everybody.
Yeah, and we will see you next week.
And we'll give you more details of what's going to happen
Very
next.
exciting on Jeff and Steph's Excellent
Adventure.
See
you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So next week, stay tuned to find out what we're doing. Are we going to travel by blimp now?
You know, actually, I brought that up, but are we going to go get a boat?
Ooh, a catamaran and sail the 7 seas.
Are we going to Europe?
Europe! Ooh, I'd like to explore South America.
Central America.
There's so many fun things to do. And, you know, that's what life is for, to do all these explorations and have fun. So stay tuned next week.
Don't miss it. It's going to be good.
It's going to be awesome.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty.